Alright, so I've made a few changes to the system. I want to show you guys kind of a little bit of an experiment. So I wanted to cut down the head on the pump. If you remember in the last video, I had this coming up and then it teed off and split to the grow bed and then off here, but it was much higher. It was way up here. Losing a lot of pressure doing that, and it just felt like a waste. Again, my grow beds are a bit higher than they probably should have been. So what I've done is I'm just 90 degreed, pretty much level with the tank, and I've added on this tee here. It's a threaded tee, and basically, just threaded tee with I don't know what it's called, a little nozzle for tubing. This is an extra piece that screws into the thread. Hooked up a little, what is this? I think it's a 3/8 inch tubing. And I wasn't quite sure what size to go with. If I needed a 1/4 inch, so it wasn't too much water flowing through, since I don't have any control. I could get some sort of control valve here. I tried to find something at Lowe's. I think I've seen something there that might work, but we'll give this a try first. And so the tubing just comes up and pours. And the flow of this is actually practically controlled from this. If I were to open this all the way up, this tube will stop flowing entirely. The water just completely bypasses it, goes into the tank. But restricting the flow just slightly forces water back down through here. So that's what I'm doing. Matter of fact, if I restrict it just a little more, it'll really start flowing. I'm actually timing this at the moment to see how long with that it fills up with the pipe. And keep in mind, this thing was closed almost all the way before flowing the water in. So I think before it took 9.5 minutes practically to fill up, and I think it was like 1.5 or 2 minutes to empty. 1.5 maybe, I don't remember. So we'll see if that's close. I expect it will be. Hopefully it will be. I really like the solution because now I can, I can definitely control the head of this a lot better. This just seems to be, maybe it's the exact same, I don't know, but it seems to be better than the tee I had right here. One pipe going up and over, and then this going straight across at a lower part. I had to really cut this back to get it to flow up that 2-inch or that 1-inch pipe, up and over and all of that. So I think I'm getting more pressure into the fish tank this way. I still don't have a venturi set up yet. No fish either. I'm a little behind schedule. I'll talk about that in a second. So yeah, this tube, it seems to be working great. Looks like I'm about halfway full, and I bet it's been running, sorry, the timer's on my phone, that's why I'm using the video. But it's been running about 3 or 4 minutes. So on track, I think. So anyways, I was going to go with tilapia again, but I think I'm going to try something different. Doing a little research. I think I'm going to go with channel catfish. Personally, I like catfish a lot better to eat. So let's give it a try. I don't know. I also want to do some research, and if you guys know, let me know. But I want to know if trout and catfish do well together. I'd like to mix them up in here because I don't have another tank. I almost went with just trout because of the colder water that I usually get, but now I'm building a greenhouse. Trout are going to need cold water anyways, so maybe I can find a balance between the catfish and trout. That's the only thing I can think of that would be a negative. But we'll just do catfish first, maybe. We'll see. But so that's it for now. I'll have another one of these hooked up on here to go to the other grow bed once I get it going. I'm sorry to plant a few things. So we've got some strawberries to plant as well. Another thing I wanted to mention too, as I mentioned, I got some strawberries, I got squash, my strawberry plant from last year. It's kind of coming back. You can see I cut it back because it died. Well, at least almost died. So I was wondering if I was gonna have to cycle this tank. I just don't have time to do that because I really need to hurry and get fishing here. You know, it's already close to the end of April. So I tested my water, and even though this had been sitting for months unused in the winter, and I rinsed it all out, I've actually got ammonia in the system. I think it was 1 parts per million at the moment. Probably left over. Now that this has been cycling, all the ammonia that was left in here may be flush. That's what I'm guessing. Also have some nitrate. I don't remember what it was. It was very low, but it's there. So I think that means I don't really have to worry about, you know, getting it all cycled. It seems to be cycled, which is great news. So I'll get some fishing here. I'll be gone the next couple of days out of town. So the day I get back, I plan to go pick up the fish and get them in here, and I'll give you an update then. Another quick little update I forgot to mention. One of the problems with this that I've got is my pump, the little filter on it, gets clogged up pretty quickly. And as you can imagine, this being zip tied on and sitting the way it is, it's a little bit of a pain in the butt to pull up and clean out. And you know, last year I had actually snapped the 1-inch nozzle that threads into my pump just from this moving around all the time and moving it in and out. So I'm going to try to build some kind of little box around that, another filter around it, so that it kind of sits and collects, and I can like pull that up around this pipe and pull pull the filter off it and wash it off, put it back around it, and have to change that much less often. So that's kind of the plan. By the way, this kicked on. I had to speed this up by just a tiny amount because it was a little slow. We were hitting 9.5 minutes, and I was still down to here. I need to do a little research and see what the proper timing I need to have here is. So I sped it up just a tad bit, and it finished within about 10.5 minutes. But now that I sped it up, I need to do a reset. So I'll do that now because it just kicked off. See you guys. Nope. That was great. Pulled it right up.